Hello everyone, my name is NicholassRivas and I talk about politics and stuff, and today we're going to be talking about Twitter Blue. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought it? Who would have thanked it? Twitter Blue has now come live. People have been booted off of their blue check marks on Twitter. Elon has been going through multiple ways of trying to go about this, right? Do you get a legacy Twitter blue check mark, right? Do you get one because you're a state affiliate, right? Like, do you get one as a senator? And so where we're at now in our current state of who gets what check mark is that if you want the blue check mark, you have to pay for it. If you are a senator, I think you just get one, right? It's like a gray mark. You get one, I think a gold mark, but you have to pay for that. So there's a few things going on with this. People are laughing at people getting Twitter even before we got to this current state when paying for Twitter was first introduced, when Elon first started his CEO position at Twitter. People were making fun of that. Like, you're paying for Twitter. Is it worth it, right? So now we're at a point where there's these memes that you post, and it's immediately like, look at this motherfucker's paying for Twitter, right? So the idea is now, is it corny to buy Twitter Blue, right? And many, I think, would say yeah. Because it's a free site. It's not that good of a site either. Like, before Elon, Twitter was known as this hellscape. People would tweet, I like chocolate, and someone would go like, oh yeah, what about vanilla, you bigot? Like, people will find reasons to fight on Twitter. It's the dumbest shit. But that's kind of everywhere, right? Twitter isn't the only place. It's just so easy and accessible and so quick, right? You don't have to go to a subreddit to express these things. You can just post it, and if people are following you, you see it. So even though it's one of my most used apps, I make fun of it so much because it is this hellscape of sorts, right? But I do love it, right? So all that being said, Cr1TiKal, a great YouTuber, one of my favorite YouTubers, posted a video about him trying it out. He's made fun of it. He thought it was stupid, and it serves no purpose for him. And it makes sense, right? Like, it's the features you buy on it don't really seem to be beneficial. Like, they seem to be pretty stupid, right? But the main thing that caught my eye is that you get priority as a Twitter user if you purchase this Twitter Blue. So people like Charlie, Cr1TiKal, when he made fun of it and he used it for the 2 months that he said he's been using it for, all the features don't really sound appealing to him, which makes sense, right? The ads still give you ads. You can redo a tweet and edit a tweet, stuff that no one really cares about. You might be able to tweet longer, but for himself, he doesn't use Twitter that extensively. He's not a journalist. So the thing is, who is this for? Who, you know? And I'm thinking, okay, it's probably the average Joe's. Why I titled it the title this. Should I use it? Because I think principally, morally, I'm like, I don't want to give money to Elon. I think he's grifted so hard to the right-wingers, he himself became super right-wing. So I don't want to give to that guy. I'm on his site, granted. I'm not on his site. But I just think giving him that money would go against my beliefs politically, right? This guy he's far from a Nazi, but he's bigoted in many aspects, and he spreads misinformation, in favor of the right. So morally, I'm like, nah. But as a guy who makes YouTube videos and wants to have people watch them, I can get some top billing from what it sounds like, if I'm not reading it wrong, if I purchase Twitter Blue. And that's where my moral shit is going out the window. To someone like Charlie, he doesn't need that. He's one of the biggest subscribed YouTubers. He has constant million views. I'm not buying it. I can't. Morally, I just don't feel right. But it is pretty appealing for a guy who gets no likes on his tweets, who wants to push his content out there, who's consistently uploading to different Reddits and Twitter fears to see if I can get some content going. So morally, I can't do it. I won't sleep at night knowing I did it. But it is appealing as someone who can get priority with their tweets and push out their videos and potentially get more viewers. But I believe my political stance against this man is greater. He is a far right in social aspects and in economic aspects, something that just goes against everything I believe in. And seeing him push against the trans ideologies and seeing him be such a corporatist, obviously, given that he's one of the wealthiest men in the world, it's not surprising. But he is this right-leaning economic guy I just can't agree with. So yeah, I think it's a funny story to see someone like Cr1TiKal purchase it, test it out, and hate it. And it puts me in this place where I'm like, but there's some stuff that does sound appealing, but I can't. Politically, I can't. So I'm never going to try it. You can judge me all you want in that regard. If you're an Elon stan, you can say fuck me, right? But I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And also, I think the principle of it all, like the site's free, it should stay free. Now, unless they give me something sort of more appealing, maybe I can consider it more. But even with the stuff that I find appealing now, it just feels kind of morally bankrupt to throw my shit out there. Like YouTube isn't a good company, but YouTube Red is a great service. So I'm not consistent. I'll give it that. But yeah, just some of the thoughts on my mind. Thank y'all very much. I think I'll just end here and gabagoo.